welcome back. This is Live with KC, and I'm here with Gia, and she's going to share some things with us that she's doing differently now that's actually helping her achieve and stay on that path that she wants to be on to help her with the direction, the path, and everything that she wants to do in her life. Gia, share with us, what is it that you're learning to do differently? You're thinking and feeling and, actions that you're taking.
I've actually recently started doing some meditation, which if you know anything about me, if you know me, I don't like to sit still. I like to go, 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 go. And for me to actually sit down and start working on doing some sort of meditation where, I'm stopping the vicious cycle and I'm able to, even if it's only for 2 minutes, 2 minutes for me is like a lifetime, but it's amazing that I can even do 2 minutes right now. And just for me to be able to do that, that's a major accomplishment, an achievement for me, seeing that I was never able to sit still or be by myself for, any period of time. So for me, that's a step in the right direction. And I've also started doing some self-motivation things. I've actually been watching a lot of stuff off of YouTube for self-motivation. It keeps me positive because I've realized that I'm not the most positive person. There are times where I can be very like, ugh, and I don't even want to be around me. And then I tell people to stay away, stay far, far away. But ever since I started doing the self-meditation, self-motivating, positivity stuff, it's actually helped me with my thinking process, and it's slowly but surely stopping those hamster wheels and stopping me from going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. No, it's not perfect and it's not going to happen, overnight, but it's a work in progress.
Right, so it's like the Can I technique that I'm sharing with the others is
right.
Consistently and never-ending improving yourself. Mm-hmm. The little things that you're doing now, it's like you're planting a seed and it's going to reap that harvest, or it's going to get that little changes that it's going to build up momentum to where your whole life transform and you're like, wow, I can't believe I accomplished this, or wow, this has changed for, mm-hmm. It's just your life totally is different and it's much better, and you're not repeating those same cycles, right. Those same patterns, those same thoughts.
It's actually funny because, like I was saying before, that I had started at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and I wasn't sure if it was I knew I loved it, but I wasn't sure if that's where I was supposed to be in life. I've never been someone who's been big on completing a task. As we've established, I go from numerous things. But this was actually the first thing that I was actually able to follow through and follow all the way through and be proud of myself for the accomplishment, that I actually graduated and finished something. Because I was one of those people who I would be in basketball, competitive swimming. I would be in every art. I did it all. And I would never commit to one specific thing. And this is huge for me. Because this is not the Gia if you had met me 5 years ago, 10 years ago. This is not the same girl that, was the rebellious teenager that wanted to do everything on her own and didn't want help from anybody. And now I find myself actually asking questions. And now it's like, can you stop asking so many questions? But I ask a lot of questions.
So, and from what I've actually been learning myself is to ask questions. Because if you think about it, when we're little, we're curious. Mm-hmm. There's more, we see life in a different perspective, like adventurous, a journey. How does this work? How does that? And I think we need to get back to that, because if something's not working for you, you should ask questions like, what's going on? Why isn't this working? And, is it me or is it something else? And you'll always get an answer. Mm-hmm. Because I know a great proverb, if you want to call it, ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Same with the questions. You ask questions, you get an answer.
Yeah, I've actually found myself asking a lot of questions and learning more about who I am and who I am, who I'm supposed to be, who I'm turning into. I mean, change is a little scary for some people, but for me, I actually like change, which is really, really weird. But I actually like to change. Like, for example, if something happens and I feel very chaotic up in my brain where the hamster wheels start going again, I will literally sit in my room take a weekend, for example. I will literally reorganize everything, move furniture. Like, I literally have to set it up completely differently. So that way, my mindset changes. Because I don't like to have the same negative mindset or, the same mindset that I've been in for so long in my life. Right. So I like to change it so that way it helps. Like, if I change something, it changes my thought process.
It's like a saying, if you get stuck in a rut, go clean out your closet.
Right. And
you get a different perspective. You get a little bit more clarity.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. I do that, not only with my room and my furniture, or, I also do that with my car. I do that with my friends. I do that with people in my life that I don't feel are a positive influence for me. It's like cleaning house. I clean house, and if you're not a person in my life or a thing in my life that's bringing positivity to me, bye.
Right.
And I tell people, I can't. I don't want to have you in my life because you're not bringing anything to the table for me. And if you're not bringing anything to the table for me, what's the point?
So how do you end those kind of bad, negative relationships that, they're not, because your level of awareness is so different and your perspective is different mm-hmm. from the way they're thinking. So how do you go about ending that kind of?
That's a really good question. It's kind of hard to do. It takes a lot of, I guess, encouragement. But I will sit down and I will have a conversation and I will be like, this isn't working out and I can't do the same thing over and over and over again. It's just something's got to give. Mm-hmm. Something's got to give. So, and I'm just like, this can't happen anymore. I'm changing and I see that you're not changing, and that's what it is. That's how it is in my life, at least. And I found that works a lot better than 26 years ago or 26 years in the making.
Right.
So.
Well, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Of luck and wonderful successes in your journey and the right people coming to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Gia.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is Kimberly with Live with KC, and have a great and wonderful week. See you next Monday at 4 o'clock.